explaining the geopolitical map of George Orwell's 1984. George Orwell's 1984 represents a world dominated by three totalitarian superstates, with these states emerging to power amidst the breakout of nuclear war, which transpired following an escalation during the Cold War, with this leaving the world definable by three world superpowers, those being East Asia, Eurasia and Oceania, with Oceania making up most of the undisputed territory within this world, with its borders covering Australia, South Africa, the United Kingdom and the entirety of North and South America, with Oceania being the only colony that adopts English as a basis for its modernized language called Newspeak, and in Oceania the key ideology is centered around INSOG, which involves the complete obliteration of self in order to sustain INSOG's practice of oligarchical collectivism. And second to Oceania in terms of landmass is Eurasia, with its territory engulfing the entirety of mainland Europe and stretching all the way across what was formerly Russia, with Eurasia's political ideology being centered around the idea of neo-Bolshevism, and it's understood that the practice of this ideology is also tied into the idea of oligarchical collectivism which is practiced in Oceania. And finally we have East Asia, with East Asia being the smallest of the three superpowers, with its borders stretching from Mongolia down to Southeast Asia, with the reigning ideology in this state being similarly centered around the obliteration of self. However, it's understood that the idea is practiced in a more aggressive fashion in comparison to that of Oceania. And within each state, the inner workings are virtually indistinguishable from one another, with each territory practicing the idea of oligarchical collectivism, which likely backs off the same narrative that Oceania does, with that being to maintain a perpetual state of chaos, which in turn gives the reigning political body the relevant reasoning to instill totalitarian practices on its residents. And each state relies on one another to maintain that control, which is why the war as heard from Oceania's propaganda is one that is constantly shifting tides within the undisputed territories, and victory over one another is something that neither state is actively seeking to achieve, but instead to maintain the power over its populace that an active war ensues. And that is the world of 1984. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, evening, whatever, and BanMan out.